Is he dead?
Night of the Horrified.
You're all invited. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
So, when they do the surgery, do you get to keep whatever's pulled out?
I'd be lucky if they even let me take a picture.
Like, so we can't have like a keychain of your gallbladder?
Oh, might be a little stinky after a while.
Ew, stinky.
It would be nice if they would, like, take pictures or something.
I know, to remember the occasion at least.
Right? I'll ask the doctor in the morning.
There you go.
He seemed like a pretty cool guy.
Hey, welcome to the Night of the Horror File. I'm Lee. Over there is about to get cut open Brittany. Oh.
And not in a murderous way.
No, not in the I was about to say the good way. That's not the good way.
Well, I said damn it. So.
Murder.
I've only been asking to be murdered for the past 29 years.
Hey, I've always put it out there that if anybody wants to kill me off in their movies, I will do it for free. Like, just make sure it's brutal, though. Like, I'm talking beheading.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking about beheading, none of that in here, but...
I was like, what? Speaking about what?
That was a shitty segue. Now, so, this week, we watched Maximum Overdrive. Drive. Stephen King's first and last directorial attempt.
Thank God.
Oh man, did you watch the trailer for this?
No.
Oh, the trailer's amazing because it's fucking Stephen King, obviously coked out of his mind, in front of a camera with the Green Goblin head behind him, and he's just like, "I'm gonna scare the hell out of you."
Oh, really?
And he tries to point at the camera, but he's more pointing off to the side, and it's just ridiculous. So, this movie.
This movie.
Did you hear anything about this movie going into it?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Oh, man. So, I watched this movie when I was real young. That's when I first saw it. And I fucking loved it, obviously. I mean, you can tell there's a lot of problems with it, though. So, again, history lesson is about to come to life.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Maximum Overdrive, 1986. Like I said, it was Stephen King's first and last directorial effort, which with good reason. Basically, Stephen King was coked out of his ever-loving mind during filming this movie, among other things like beer and Valium and just pills, lots of drugs. He openly admits he had a problem when he was doing this. In fact, one of the crew members has stated that at 6 a.m. when they started production, like King was already knocking back beers, and by like 8:30 he was already on his 10th. So think about that. Like, that's insane. So yeah, so the best thing about this is if anything doesn't make sense during this movie, you get to explain it away with cocaine. Now, usually you get to explain away problems in movies by a wizard did it, but this time it's cocaine. So I got a lot of little facts to throw in there as we talk, but let's go ahead and jump into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we start off in space. I don't know the way I was going to say that.
This is a fun fucking movie. So So I know if you're first going into a Stephen King movie, you're thinking it's going to be scary because he's Stephen King. I mean, and this one should be scary because it's out of the book Night Shift, which is a collection of short stories that King did, that they collected all in one thing and called it Night Shift. And this one in particular was super short. It was only like 3 pages long. So to make like a 90-something minute movie out of it is just weird. Like, why would you even attempt that? But here we are. But
that explains the boredom.
it's a fun time. But yeah, so we start out in space.
So we're hit with an open, what is this called? Credit scene?
Yeah, it's a little intro. Just call it an intro.
Okay. So we're hit with an intro with Earth in the background, and it says, on June 19th, 1987, at 9:47 a.m., Earth passed into the extraordinarily diffuse tail of Rhea M, a rogue comet. According to astronomical calculations, the planet would remain in the tail of the comet for the next 8 days, 5 hours, 29 minutes, and 23 seconds.
And we get down to the seconds for some reason.
Because it's necessary.
Really, all you would need is just a shot of a comet looking all green and passing over the Earth. But we need some words to help us out.
But this is always a little dramatic.
A little? And then, so then we're treated to a scene outside of a bank.
This was my favorite. And the kiosk thing at the top of the bank says something, and then it says "fuck you." And a guy walks up to the ATM, and that guy is Stephen King.
Yay!
And the machine just keeps calling him an asshole.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, sugar buns, come over here."
The machine just called me an asshole.
And this place, where does this take place again?
It's in
Wilmington,
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And hey, actually, this is a fun fact. Wow, weird. What? Why did I get so excited? But this movie was filming in the same town at the same time as Blue Velvet, which is a David Lynch movie, which had Dennis Hopper, Kyle MacLachlan, and other people. And the cast would hang out like on their time off. So you had one movie that is a really revolutionary picture and stuff, and then you have Maximum Overdrive, and the cast are commingling and hanging out. It just blows my mind that was going on at the time. But, so yeah, we get Stephen King's mug, and immediately with the whole "this machine's calling me an asshole" line and stuff like that, you know what movie we're about to have. The tone is set. And the tone is all over the place, but it's really... even King himself has called this a moron movie. He's probably the biggest hater this film has.
Well, that's good. I didn't hate it, but okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't an Oscar-winning movie, but, you know.
By any means. So,
Wait,
yeah.
Do movies win Oscars?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. I was like, am I getting it confused with music?
No, that's the Grammys.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the thing nobody cares about.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
So then we're hit with some badass AC/DC music.
Yeah. So AC/DC does the entire soundtrack to this movie, which is another thing that just keeps it fun. And because I think if it was anything else, this movie would be dull. But yeah, so to get AC/DC to do the soundtrack, King actually went and sang "Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire." And I guess they thought it was fun. So they ended up agreeing to it. And the soundtrack was actually released on later on. And it was compiled onto the Who Made Who album. But at first, when it was shipped around, these people didn't know what the fuck to sell it as, because none of these record stores knew what the hell Maximum Overdrive was. So you have these record store people being like, yeah, I guess it's like AC/DC's greatest hits or something. I don't know.
Oh my god!
When it's not. So
no,
you can find the Who Made Who album by AC/DC, but really that is the Maximum Overdrive soundtrack.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
and while this AC/DC music is playing, people are driving. Words are hard. They're driving over a drawbridge as it's flat obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. Never drove over a drawbridge. Never will.
So you've never drove over a drawbridge before?
No, I've never been to a huge city or anything.
Yeah, it's a constant fear that it's going to open. I drove over once. I can't remember where I was going, but drove over a drawbridge once, and that shit's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, for the reasons that we're about to talk about.
And this is all going on while Who Made Who is playing. And I don't know why it makes it sillier.
I don't know. So the guys that are supposed to be controlling the drawbridge are playing cards and not paying attention to what's going on. And the drawbridge machine starts flipping itself on.
Yay.
It's starting. So that means that the bridge starts to move. So cars, people, and watermelon start to fly everywhere.
So viewing this again, for some reason, I always thought that a watermelon killed someone in the scene. It obviously doesn't. It just comes through a window. But the way they shoot this watermelon flying through the air and smashing into this car window, I, for some reason, have always thought it killed someone at that moment.
I thought it did too.
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it was supposed to, but when it cuts away from the window being smashed with a watermelon, you see the lady, but then she lays, I don't know. So does a watermelon really kill someone?
I don't know.
Is this the one watermelon death?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Breaking new ground.
And okay, so you always have this one dumbass. He's like over the split in the bridge, and he gets out of his truck and he's like, he could have run away. He could have made it out of there, right? No, he's like, oh, I can fix this. So he gets back in his truck and he's fucking gunning it as the bridge is like splitting open even more. And the back axle of his truck just fucking falls out. And then he and the truck go in the water. Fucking dumbass.
Oh, and there's also like a AC/DC van with hippies in it for, AC/DC things.
Right. Oh, man. And there's just watermelon.
There's just watermelon.
Killing people.
There's a lot of watermelon.
And then it cuts to the workers and they're like freaking out. And I'm like, but you're not stopping it from doing anything? Because they're standing like outside watching this shit happen. Go in and try to fucking fix it. Can you not stop it once it's fucking going or something?
Maybe.
I don't know. I felt very passionate about this scene.
I know. You were talking about it like you had worked on a drawbridge at one point in your life. And it's like, you're very passionate about this drawbridge.
Because it's so scary. It could have been prevented. Maybe. I don't know. So then it cuts to, you see this really cool semi, and it's got the Green Goblin mask.
Yeah, it's from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin.
On the front of it. And the truck is driving up to a truck stop.
Right.
And it's a Happy Toys truck. You don't know what that is. But.
Happy Toys, delivering another load of joy. I was like, ew.
Another load of joy to you and yours.
How turned off would you be if, like, while we were having sex, I just yelled that out before I went?
I would never have sex with you again.
Here comes another load of joy.
Yeah, no. Bye.
Oh, gross.
You can pack your things before you even think about doing that. You can just pack your things.
Oh,
Bye.
my God.
Oh, anyway. So inside the truck stop, there's a waitress messing with the radio, and it's not working.
And this is the Dixie Boy truck stop, which is not an actual truck stop, but the set that they built was so fucking convincing that, like, truck drivers were actually trying to stop.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Dino and, like, the producers and stuff, which I think this is our second Dina De Laurentiis movie, movie that we've done. It's Evil Dead, now this. But so Dino had to, like, post stuff in the paper about how it's a movie set. Stop stopping.
Oh no. And this is where we meet Emilio Estevez.
Mm-mm.
What was
Emilio Estevez.
Okay, I have never seen Emilio Estevez.
Right.
I've heard of the name, and I did not know that he was not of Spanish descent.
Oh, no.
I didn't know.
You thought Emilio Estevez was Hispanic? I think they might be, actually.
But he don't look like it.
Well, neither do I, but I'm a quarter Hispanic. So.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird.
Quarter Hispanic, but beer has bleached me.
Oh, my God. And I didn't know that he was a Sheen brother.
Oh, yeah. So, and this is a funny story because when Stephen King first started this movie, the character of Bill, he wanted to be played by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh.
Like, he was adamant on it to the point where, like Dina De Laurentiis was talking to him and he was like, Who is because Dina didn't know who the fuck Bruce Springsteen was. I mean, Dino was only doing this because he had bought up the rights to all Stephen King's movies and they'd become friends and stuff like that. And Dino was also trying to impress his wife. So he bought up a bunch of rights to movies. But yeah, so Dino was like, I don't know who the fuck that is. And a translator actually is the one that told this story. Because he's like, we'll just get one of the Sheen boys. We'll just get one of them in this. It'll be fine. So he ended up hiring Emilio Estevez, which might have been a good decision due to the fact that, you know, Emilio was just off of I think St. Elmo's Fire, The Breakfast Club, Repo Man, The Outsiders. So he was hitting his stride at this point. So this is a big star to pull in the crowd, you know. So this was probably a good decision. I mean, Springsteen probably would have been cool too, maybe. I don't even know if Springsteen can act.
I don't know.
I mean, could the boss act? But no, so that's why we got Emilio Estevez. And you could probably play a drinking game with how many scenes Emilio Estevez looks. He looks obviously stoned.
Right.
There are so many scenes where he has like bloodshot eyes.
He's tired.
He's tired.
I don't know. But he definitely does look like a Sheen.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not hating it.
Well, no, I mean, he's, like I said, he's the hottest of the Sheens. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I dig it.
I don't know.
But he also I mean, obviously he was famous at this time, so he was also like having his friends come out and hang out for the weekend. So you had Tom Cruise swinging by the set of Maximum Overdrive.
Hell yeah.
To come chill. And Demi Moore was flying out. It was just, it's wild. Stephen King probably would have been done better if he would have pointed the cameras at the crew.
Oh yeah, probably so.
But again, I love this movie.
So, sorry, we're in the truck stop. Bill is Emilio Estevez, and he's the cook.
Right.
At the little diner there at the truck stop. And his boss calls him back to the back room. And then it cuts to this guy in the little like video game room. It's like a little arcade thing.
Right. Which, this is Juan Carlo Esposito, which you know him from Breaking Bad.
Right.
Gus Fring, I think.
Yeah, he was the guy that owned the chicken place.
Yeah, that got like half his face blown off.
Yeah, he was like the drug kingpin.
Right. I kept waiting for the camera to pan over, and it's not an arcade machine that kills him. It's really that guy in the wheelchair. Ding, 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 ding.
The one that shits himself. Yes.
That should always be how he dies in movies. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God damn it, not again.
Well, anyway, he's in there, and the machines start to fuck up. And there's like a coffee machine spitting out coffee and cigarette vending machine, I guess, was a thing back then.
Right.
And it's like spitting cigarettes out. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. Starts to pick up all the stuff.
Well, yeah. And also we're introduced to Hendershot, I believe, which is Bill's boss.
Oh, yeah, because he had asked Bill to go back and talk to him. So then we meet, what's his name? Duncan?
Oh, yes. Deke's
Yes.
father.
Yes.
Yes, that's Duncan.
So we meet Duncan, and he's outside, and he's pumping gas into the Green Goblin truck.
Who, you'll recognize Duncan as J.C. Quinn, and my Chud fans out there will recognize him from Chud, where he gets eaten in the sewer. He's the investigative journalist, I believe.
Oh, okay.
We'll get the Chud. You'll see that movie.
Okay. So the pump stops, and he's like, what the hell's going on? Because it's not done pumping. And so he just, like a dumbass, is looking into, like, the pump where the gas comes out. He's got it pointed straight at his fucking face, and then gas sprays at him right in his eyes.
And I don't know. Did you like how every time something spooky or scary happens, it's always like that guitar playing that ring?
Yes.
I don't know why I like that.
It's AC/DC playing.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. So they get him inside, and they call the boss, because the boss is with Bill
Right.
in his office, and they're like, he hurt his eyes, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, just wash them out.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Right. So he's talking to Bill about,
Right.
you'll work when I tell you to work, basically.
Yeah, because Bill is an ex-con, and basically Hendershot, who we're sitting with here, is his boss, who's played by Pat Hingle, who is, God, played Commissioner Gordon in the old Batman movies from
Oh, okay.
89 onto the Schumacher films. He played Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, okay.
And here, I feel like they just gave him a cigar and told him to chew the scenery because he is in a different movie.
Yes.
He's in some kind of like B plot that we'll discuss later that I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we're introduced to Hendershot, who's a real big pile of shit. And he's basically having because Bill is an ex-con, and he's having him work overtime off the clock. And basically using it against him, like saying, I'll just make sure you get back to prison then.
Because he's on parole.
Yep.
Yeah, bitch. So, cuts to the waitress, and she's making eggs, I
And
guess.
Amongst a bunch of, what is that, hash browns? What was
There
on
was
that
like
grill?
hash browns and bacon all over this fucking grill.
God.
And
I
then
mean,
she just finds a spot to put the egg.
I mean, I like a good greasy spoon, but yeah, I don't know. Those hash
Separate
browns are
those
way
things.
past done.
Oh, yeah. She did not know what she was doing.
By the way, everyone's really sweaty in this movie. I don't know if you
Yes.
noticed.
Everybody looked
There's-
greasy.
There is a lot of sheen in this movie. And not Emilio Estevez, but like straight up just body sheen. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, I think so too. So, oh, my headphone came out. So she's making the eggs, and there's a bread slicer next to her.
Was that what that was?
It's either a bread slicer or a meat slicer,
Okay.
but it's automatic.
I guess it would make sense if it was a bread slicer, but I was like, is that a turkey carver? What is?
Oh, it could be a turkey carver,
Maybe.
but
I
I
don't
really think it's a bread slicer. It turns itself on. That sounds weird. And slices her arm. And there is blood everywhere.
And I love how like the two patrons in the fucking truck stop are like sitting at the table and they're like making sexual comments about it.
Right?
It's like, did you not see her get her fucking arm sliced open, dude?
Right. And this is where the starts again. And the slicer had fallen on the floor, and it like tries to cut her foot too.
Right.
And Bill grabs a hammer and just smashes it.
Yeah. And And we're getting these little inklings that something's not quite right.
Because the gas pump stopped working.
Right.
The radio wasn't working. The drawbridge thing,
Right.
Yeah. We need to take a second because I found an error. As she's getting cut with the knife, and she's like freaking out or whatever, and those guys are making innuendos at her, she puts her arm on the grill, but does not get burned.
Oh, yeah, you pointed that out. She's like, lays her arm on the grill.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Well, it looked like the grill wasn't cooking much, so.
Maybe it wasn't very hot.
It is broken in that part.
So this cuts to the guy that was in the game room, and he's like got his shirt and jacket full of like cigarettes and coins and stuff that had come out of the machine.
Yeah, and it's just, does he put a fucking cup of coffee in his shirt?
I don't know.
It looks like he puts a cup of coffee in his shirt. I was like, what are we doing? What are you stealing coffee for?
I don't know. He was trying to steal everything. So, he's walking by one of the games and it's like flashing things at him, which is kind of making him mesmerized. So it's kind of like hypnotizing him.
Yeah, and the symbols you're seeing on this machine, it's that are hypnotizing him. Those are commonly used in like mediums, like their cards and stuff. Have you ever seen like video of like when they're trying to do that thing where they're guessing the shapes? They're trying to prove they're psychic. Well, anyway, it's used for that. So this is kind of.
So he's mesmerized. He's mesmerized by it. Sticks his hand on the machine, and fucking gets electrocuted.
Killed by arcade machine. That's
Damn it.
That's
one way to go.
Yeah.
So all the games just start kind of freaking out.
When was the last time? Were you ever a fan of arcades?
Okay, so I had only been to an arcade. We went to vacation in Tunica, Mississippi, which is kind of like Atlantic City. So you know how there's Vegas, Atlantic City,
right? And
then it's like Tunica. There's like a bunch of hotels and casinos and stuff. Well, me and my best friend got to go with my parents, and they dropped us off at an arcade one day and gave us a certain amount of money, and we got to play at the arcade all day, and that was a lot of fun. Well, we did it another day too, and we ran out of money like 10 minutes into our 6-hour day.
Oh, wow.
That was horrible. It was a terrible time.
Oh, man.
Because we had to entertain ourselves.
Well, yeah, you got to have a lot of money for the arcade, man.
Yeah.
But, no, I do miss arcades. I wish we still had those around. I know they have, like, a bar downtown where we live that is like an arcade and bar, but...
Really?
I'm just not... It's a bunch of hipsters that hang out there, and it's not my crowd.
Yeah. So, now we're at a baseball game. A child's baseball game. Not T-ball, Little League, whatever.
Yeah, it's like a Little League baseball game.
And this coach decides he wants a soda. So he walks up to the soda machine and puts his coin in, and there's nothing coming out. And so he hits the machine, and then all of a sudden, Killer cans of Coke.
Killer soda.
Killer soda.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. This is my favorite sequence for some reason, because like I just hit my mic. My bad. This is my favorite sequence, like because like he starts getting pelted with these fucking cans of soda, and one catches him in the nerds, and then the other one hits him right in the fucking head. I don't know why that's funny, but yeah. So then we get little leaguers starting to get like pelted. Yeah. And then you got this one brave kid. What's his name? Deke. This is Duncan's son.
Deke is Duncan's son. And he goes to check on the coach, and the cans start flying out, and he just grabs his pitcher's mask and puts it on and crawls over to the coach, who is dead.
Oh, yeah, very dead.
So he gets up, and he like runs off. And as he's running off towards his bike, this steamroller comes up and like destroys the scoreboard and stuff.
Yeah. And so there's a shot of this other kid that's trying to ride off on his bike, and the bike just stops and throws him off.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, does that mean did he fuck up and do that? Or is the bike possessed too?
I wouldn't think the bike would be possessed because it doesn't have a motor.
Right? Or is it all machinery? I'm really confused.
I have no idea.
Anyway, the bike throws him off, or he tips over the bike. And yeah, the steamroller. And kudos for this movie for having the fucking balls to kill off a little leaguer. But because this fucking steamroller rolls over this kid. And this movie was originally a lot more gorier.
Really?
Like there's you can find a few of the scenes and a few of the stills online, but the whole uncut movie has never been released. I think King holds on to that. But in fact, he said that he showed it to George Romero, who directed our last movie. He showed it to George Romero, and like supposedly George Romero, it made him sick, like the uncut version. So anyway, this scene was supposed to be a lot more gorier because King had wanted a blood smear as it rolled over this kid's head.
Oh, yeah.
So they had placed a big bag of blood underneath the dummy. So when it rolled over, it would just make the smear. Well, it kind of exploded. So it looked like it pops the kid's head.
Oh, no.
So, but it looked great because that's one scene. You can see the picture. That's one picture you can find online of this kid's head exploding as the thing goes over it. It looks so cool. Like, I really do think this movie would be 10 times more amazing if it had the gore that is in the uncut version, because you can find a whole list of things that were cut from this movie, including the coach when he gets hit in the head. There's a whole scene where his like head pops.
Oh, dang.
Where that thing hit him and there's blood everywhere and stuff like that. But yeah, there's so much cut from this movie that would have made it so much better. In fact, like later on when, which we'll get to that scene, but I'll go ahead and talk about it now. The Bible salesman later on, when they find him in the ditch later, like his head has been like skinned a little. So like his skull is showing and stuff. Oh. So yeah, this movie could have been a lot more balls to the wall.
Why did they cut him?
Because it would have got him an X rating at the time.
Okay.
The censors refused to pass it with an R. And so he had to cut it. But
damn censorship.
But I don't know why he wouldn't release the uncut version. And I mean, unless it's like one of those, he just fucking hates this movie so much, he wants it buried. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I mean, this movie just recently got its Blu-ray. And I mean, not super recently, but recently enough. So anyway, yeah, this movie kills a little leaguer and it's amazing. So
kid gets run over with a steamroller, and what is his name?
What?
What's the kid's name?
Deke.
I wanted to say Dirk.
Like Dirk Diggler?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah. You have never seen Boogie Nights. No.
I haven't seen any.
Want me to play with it? I'd play with it for $5.
Oh my God. No. So he takes off on his bike. He's going to go find his daddy. He doesn't say that. I just made that up.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Man, the internet and everywhere in life nowadays has ruined the word daddy. It's... I'm taking daddy back.
Yes.
Taking daddy back 2020. That sounds bad. See, I can't.
No.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to do it.
Nope.
Yes, daddy.
Oh, God. That's me. I need another beer.
So, this is where we meet the Bible salesman.
Right.
And he's driving with the lady. What's her name?
Oh, shit.
You do not hear her name at all through this whole thing.
It is actually Brett.
Her name is Brett?
Yes, her name is Brett.
Okay.
Yeah, her name's... They don't mention it very often, but
No.
Yeah, she's riding with the lecherous Bible salesman who keeps touching her fucking thigh as she's trying to listen to the radio, because I think the radio, it's talking about machines are coming to life and stuff like that.
And they're saying to get away from the highway.
Right. And so
the highway that they're on.
So if you look, and he's a Bible salesman and probably a con man, but if you look on his dashboard, he has the old Chicks tracks. And what those were, because you were like, what the fuck are Chicks tracks? Because I was like, oh, he's got Chicks tracks. But what those were these little pamphlets that were like tiny little comic books that churches would hand out, like on Halloween.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So, like, you'd go to someone's house, and instead of candy bars, they'd give you these fucking Chicks tracks. And usually those were the houses we egged. But, so there's these fucking Chicks tracks, and inside it's basically like a comic book with like some kind of moral lesson about going to hell and whatnot, and, you know, not being sexy. But yeah, I just got nostalgic because I haven't seen a fucking Chicks track in years. I don't even know if they're still around.
Probably not.
And Stephen King definitely has a problem with religion. Because have you ever noticed in his movies, movies and writings, religion is treated kind of like dumb? Like, I don't want to go so far to say that, like, it's making fun of it, but it's like a real flipping your nose at it a little bit, you know?
Right. I do kind of notice, now that you say that.
Yeah.
So she's trying to listen to the radio. He's trying to get a little handsy. And she decides that he needs to pull over. So she takes the wheel.
Right.
And steers them into the truck stop. And they get out of the car. And he's like yelling at her about how this is his new car, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, how she's ungrateful.
Yes.
Yeah. So be grateful for the thigh grabbing.
Yeah. Be grateful.
Mean, people, thigh grabbing.
Come on. The least
Our president grabs people by the pussy, so thigh grabbing should be just fine. That should be like a hello. Like
Exactly. God. When your Bible salesman tells you it's okay, then it's okay.
I think that's how the Catholic Church got into some trouble.
Oh, we won't go there. So anyway, so he's yelling at her, and the goblin truck decides that it doesn't like him. So it starts and tries to run him over.
Yeah. And this is where, because did we talk about who drives the truck? Or who originally drove the truck? So it's a guy named Handy, and this is played by Frankie Faison, who, if you know who this is, by the way, go watch this show, The Wire. He's in The Wire, and it's an amazing TV show. And so he's on that, and it's just really funny to see him in this, because I was watching this the other night, because I watch these a couple of times before you do, and I was watching it, and I was like, is that Frankie Faison? What the fuck is he doing in this? Because he's actually a legitimately good actor. He doesn't have a shit ton of roles. I mean, he does, but he mostly does dramatic television work. But it's just really funny to see him on here because, yeah, the goblin truck tries to run down the lecherous fucking Bible salesman.
Yeah. And they're trying to figure out who's driving it.
Right. And he's like, I don't know who it was, but they must have been a hot wire champion.
Yeah, because he had the keys.
Which champion is now my word. I'm going to say champion from now on.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Super Bowl champions.
Because you watch the Super Bowl so often.
We are the champions.
Oh my God, stop. Stop.
And we'll keep on fighting.
You're going to get us copywritten.
Oh, no, we're fine.
Okay.
It's We Are the Champions. Hello.
Oh, okay.
God.
Stop yelling at me. So, this is where we meet the newlyweds, Kurt and Connie.
Yes, Kurt and Connie, who were played by who are played by John Short, plays Kurt, and he's been in a few things. But the big one here is the lady who plays Connie, Yeardley Smith. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but she voices Lisa Simpson on The Simpsons, which is in, God, what, its 50th season or some bullshit?
Something like that.
Jesus. I stopped watching a long time ago. It stopped being funny to me, but nonetheless, here is our voice of The Simpsons character, who does nothing but scream through this
Oh
entire
my God,
movie.
she's so fucking annoying. Anyway.
Curtis!
Curtis! She calls him Curtis, but everyone else calls him Kurt, so.
Is he dead? That's
Oh my
said
God.
like 30 times.
So they drive up to a gas pump because they're going to run out of gas.
All right.
They're on their honeymoon or whatever. And when they pull up, they see this dead dude, and there's blood everywhere. And she gets out, or they both get out, and she's like, "Is he dead?" And Kurt doesn't say anything. He's just like trying to figure out what's going on.
No, he's just sleeping. He had too much strawberry jam and just passed out.
He just got the
He just
strawberry
got-
jam
yeah.
everywhere,
He's
right?
got the just strawberry jam DTs. It's
Oh my God. So I can't with you. So, so no.
I snorted.
So this tow truck starts up and it tries to run Kurt over.
Oh man.
And the first thing Connie says is, "Are you dead?" Like, really? She doesn't go to look and see. She's not crying.
No.
She's just yelling, "Are you dead?" Oh my
man.
God. Oh, I need a second. Oh. So, guess what? He ain't dead.
You're not dead.
But the truck starts up again, and they get in the car and they drive off. Oh, what?
It's just. It's just so funny that this is the voice of Lisa Simpson. And I think that's why it's hard for me to take her character seriously at all, even though I'm pretty sure this is not meant to be taken seriously. Or maybe it is. See, that's the thing with these so bad they're good movies, is the fact that they were trying to do something serious. But you had somebody who was so coked out of his mind behind the camera running things that it just fucking so dumb.
It's really
But
dumb.
I wouldn't have it any other way. In fact, they tried to remake this movie for TV in
Oh my God,
the
no.
90s, like the mid 90s or something. And it was called Trucks, which is the name of the original story. They were trying to be kind of, I guess, more serious. And that's the thing. They tried to be serious.
Oh no.
So think about this movie being serious.
Oh,
like
no.
dead serious.
Yeah, no.
It is the dumbest, most worthless thing I've ever watched. And I'm sure I'm going to get tweeted, "Hey, I like Trucks. That was a good movie." It's, well, you're wrong. It's okay to like bad movies, but you're wrong.
So, anyway. So, what was the boss's name?
Hendershot.
Hendershot is in the arcade room trying to figure out what to do with this dead body.
Well, I think, what's his name? That guy's not named Bubba because Hendershot calls everyone Bubba.
No,
And
his
so
name is Joey.
Is it Joey? Okay,
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought everybody was named Bubba when I was younger. But there, Bubba. But yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you took the body down to the basement." It's like, wow, I don't think I can do a Hendershot accent.
Good.
It keeps coming out like
Don't.
Judd.
Good. Don't do it.
You know, here at Night of the Horror File, we run a loose, down-to-earth, vulgar show. It's why we suggest using headphones while you're at your place of employment to avoid the dreaded pink slip that will come if your boss ever hears us joke about tree rape, child death, boobs, the pubic hair of the 60s and 90s, and just whatever we might spit out of our mouth. So, in the spirit of disclosure, and to prep those of you who are offended by our potty mouths, Brittany will now read a list of naughty words you might hear on the show.
Fuck. Shit. Ass. Pussy. Dick. Cock. Cum. fuck trumpet, knobhead, piss flaps, twat, shitbag, cock nose, bitch tits, ass badger, jizz, cum dumpster, thunder cunt, knob jockey, chode, clusterfuck, shit nubbin, fuck nut, douche waffle, moist, and earth-shaking cum goblin. Thank you.
And with that out of the way, back to the show.
But Hendershot and Joey are trying to figure out where or what to do with this body that died in the arcade.
Yeah.
And then Bill's looking at the goblin truck trying to see like if there was someone in it, what's going on. And then the woman, what did we say her name was?
Her name's Brett.
Brett decided that she's going to hit on Bill. She's
really?
like,
in reality, like, names do not matter in this kind of movie.
No.
But to keep things flowing, I guess we do have to.
A little bit, just so I know what's going on.
And yeah, when Bill gets into this truck and like he opens up the curtain in the back because he finds out no one's driving. He opens up the curtain and there's a fucking like Jack in the Box with the Green Goblin head. And I was like, why is Frankie Faison keeping it just a random Jack in the Box right here in the cab? Like,
because it matches his truck.
I guess.
And it's a toy truck.
This is a molester truck, isn't it? Is there another B plot?
No.
Because we have a B plot with Hendershot, which, like I said, Pat Hingle is in a completely different movie. I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. So now it cuts to Deke riding his bike, and the sprinklers start randomly.
Which okay, I'll give you the soda machine. I'll give you the what did we call it? The turkey carver. I'll give you that. The sprinklers. Like, what are we doing here?
Okay,
is a sprinkler a machine?
Sure, I'll give you the sprinklers. But what about the fucking dead dog that he sees?
Yeah, I want to know that story.
With the toy police car in its mouth.
I want to know that story because that fucking car is like halfway down that thing's throat.
And it's like, woo.
It's like, whoa, hang on. Did the dog bite the car? Did the car drive into the dog?
Yeah, what happened here?
But so I was thinking, I was like, okay, so is it everything slightly mechanical is getting taken over here?
I guess so.
What about the dudes with those real dolls? You know, because it...
Oh, that wasn't a thing back then.
No, but do you think like masturbation devices were... So do you think like dudes are getting their dicks lopped off? Like,
probably.
That would fucking suck. That'd be a way to go.
I don't know. I mean, people were getting killed by fucking Walkman. Like 3 people were dead because of their Walkmans.
Walkman. I think one lady got strangled by her own like hair dryer or something. But yeah, we got a lot of deaths here that I would have liked to see.
Right.
This would have been cool. There should have been like a whole like montage of just deaths like this. That would have been amazing.
Right.
Like I said, I love this movie, but it doesn't quite achieve that like legendary status that I want it to. And I think the gore and more deaths and stuff probably would have sent it up there.
I think so too. Ooh, excuse me. So he's riding his bike and he's trying to get to the truck stop. But this ice cream truck is following him. So he hides and the ice cream truck drives off. And the yard that he hides in has a lawnmower. And the lawnmower is covered in blood.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So this lawnmower shot, Armando Nanuzzi, he was the film's director of photography. He said the way they had achieved this shot was there was a piece of wood holding the camera in place, and they just had to get a shot of the mower starting up and moving. Well, he had said that since the blades aren't in the shot, then let's take the blades off. You know, just in case.
Right.
Because it's a mower. I mean, we all know mowers kick up things. Well, Stephen King insisted on keeping everything as realistic as possible.
Oh my God.
Even though we're in a movie about, or just blame it on cocaine, but Nannuzzi warned against an accident, and that's exactly what happened. He lost his eye.
What?
He got a piece of wood shot that a piece of wood got caught in the blades and shot into his eye. And he ended up suing the producers and everybody for like $18 million. But yeah, so it's insane. Like the amount of like risks they took on this fucking production, like especially like there was constant fear that people were going to die because like Stephen King was like so enamored by explosions and gunshots that he wanted those to be as realistic as possible. But safety wasn't a number one concern. So there was a constant fear.
That's scary.
Right?
Because you're working with machines.
I know.
They could take over.
Ooh.
Learn from your movie.
Goddamn comets.
Oh my God. So it cuts to the diner or the truck stop, whatever. And the Bible selling guy is trying to sell his Bibles. And not Curtis, sorry. What's his name? The dad?
Duncan.
Why did I want to call him Curtis? I don't know. Duncan wants to go find his son. And they're like, dude, no, you can't leave. Like, you can't even see.
I can see just fine. It's like a close-up of his eyes just fucking bleeding. Yes. Which I guess, if you get diesel in your eyes, does it bleed like that?
I don't know. I've never gotten diesel in my eyes. Let's go try.
Alrighty.
You can be the test dummy.
Can you imagine that?
Try
like
it.
Just me outside of a fucking Quick Trip or something with the diesel thing? Hang on, doing an experiment.
They're like, no. We get kicked out. Oh my God. We have to play that.
Oh, man. Only if they can tend to me in a room that has a massive amount of porn on the walls.
Okay.
Remember early in the scene?
Oh, that's right. When they go to like
much porn.
When they go to wash his face, he's like laying on this bed thing, and there's fucking porn plastered all over the walls.
I guess just in case you forgot it was a truck stop. I don't.
Well, no, it's like back in the office.
Right.
I bet people sleep there.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, he's going to go find his son.
And what the fuck is up with the boss? He's like,
he's a fucking dick.
If you
Oh
yeah, if you clock out.
What does he say? If you leave without punching out, Bubba,
it'll be the last time.
It'll be the last time you punch out, or something like that. It's like basically you're fired if you go find your son.
Right.
Like,
and Bill's like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And they almost got into a fight.
The whole time he's chewing on this fucking cigar.
Always.
Ah, Bubba.
So a truck starts up, and he's kind of mad because, the trucks don't want anybody to leave.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, he gets run over.
Yeah, he gets hit. And there's like, goddamn, like when the truck hits him, there's blood everywhere. But
yeah.
Not so much when he's laying there, I guess. I don't know.
But, so everyone kind of runs off because it's like, whoa, what the fuck just happened, right? Because this is the second time. Well, the first time they tried to kill the Bible guy.
Right.
And now he's killed this guy, and they're like, oh, fuck, what's going on?
Yeah.
So the truck, like, backs into the Bible salesman's car, and he's not happy about it.
Yeah, it's really funny because he's sitting there trying to sell this fucking Bible as he sees this big ass semi back into his fucking car. And he's like, he gets up and immediately changes. He's like, oh, son of a bitch.
Starts cussing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Then the Copland truck starts, and AC/DC music starts blaring. The Bible salesman's guy is out there yelling, and the goblin truck just can't take it anymore and hits him.
Yeah, backs right into him, knocks him right out of his fucking shoes.
Right, knocks him into like this ditch, but you don't see him die.
Right, like literally out of his shoes though, because you see a shot of the shoes on the ground.
Yes.
Oh.
And then Hendershot's trying to call over the radio, I guess to just anyone.
Right.
Or the authorities or something. I don't know. And nobody's answering. So the two of the guys go out to collect Duncan.
Uh-huh.
I think it was his name. And bring him inside. And this is when the trucks decide that they're going to start up and they're going to circle the truck stop.
Right. And I think, did they end up leaving Duncan out there?
No, they brought him in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they put him, but they brought him in.
Oh, shit.
Because Hendershot was trying to call over the thing as they were walking in.
Yeah.
So the trucks are circling, and this is where we see the newlyweds again, Kurt and Connie. And they're driving along the highway, and they have to get gas. Like,
right.
That's
They're
what they were
almost
stopping
out.
to do with in the first spot, but they can't. Anyway, so they're driving.
The man was dead.
Yes. Are you Dave?
Are you dead?
So they're driving along the highway.
Oh, I don't know why it's
And
so
this
funny.
truck comes out of nowhere and almost hits them.
Oh, yeah.
And they fucking swerve. And she's screaming the whole fucking time.
And man,
Shut the fuck up.
so, and this is a good car chase scene we get because the
Yeah.
truck starts chasing him. And that's, you were like, at parts when it was all about the actors, when it was just focused on the people, you were like, this is so boring.
Yes.
And I was like, it's because I don't think Stephen King could direct people. And he even said, like, you know, machines coming to life and shooting them. He loved that, but not so much dealing with actors. Like, he didn't know what to do. So
Right.
if you notice the scenes where it's all about the people, it's slow. The movie dies for just a few minutes.
Yes.
And then when it's about the machines again, it gets lively and you're having fun.
Right. And I really like this car chase scene. And Kurt is a very good driver.
Well, Kurt Stuntman is.
Hey, maybe he does his own stunts.
Maybe, I don't know.
So he finally tricks this truck off the road, and the truck blows up. And I wrote, why is this bitch always yelling?
Because honestly, that's the second soundtrack to this movie. Like,
Yes.
They're screaming.
Yes. So they drive to the truck stop, and they see the trucks driving around or whatever. And there's like a space in between, like two of the trucks or whatever.
Right.
And Kurt decides he's going to drive through them.
Yeah, he gets
And-
to his idea to try to break the gap.
Okay, that would have been smart if he would have started like half a mile before he fucking started. He like guns it way too far back and his car ends up getting clipped by one of the trucks.
Right.
And it flips. They're okay. Because fucking Connie's in there hanging upside down bitching. She is pissed.
Oh, man.
So they get out of the car and they're running towards the truck stop because they don't know if the trucks are coming after them or not. And fucking Hendershot shoots a fucking torpedo over their heads and
fucking-
blows up a truck.
Fucking Pat Hingle comes out of fucking nowhere with a fucking missile launcher. He doesn't even tell them to get down.
He doesn't say anything.
Look out there, Bubba. It's goddamn, dude.
It was so crazy.
Oh, and so, yeah, so like he blows up the truck and they run inside and Bill's like, what the fuck did you get that?
Right?
And Joey goes to say something, but he's like, oh, no,
No.
just got it for Christmas. It's like, what?
What? Yeah.
And this starts, like I said, this starts the whole B plot that like, I guess Hendershot is like running guns or some bullshit.
I guess.
Like I said, Pat Hingle, completely different movie. We didn't need a subplot of gun running. But I guess so everybody can get a gun later in the movie. I don't.
Right.
It's just really funny that all of a sudden, oh hey, he's running guns.
It's very strange. So, Bill and Brett are talking about her little switchblade, and
It's a straight razor.
straight razor. Sorry, not a switchblade. Sorry. And she's looking out the window, and she said something about these trucks are in maximum overdrive. I was like, she said it.
Yeah, it's one of those moments that you would have. You'd start elbowing someone. They said it. They said the title. They said it.
It's so cool.
I just imagine fucking Stephen King doing that when he was watching dailies.
Probably.
Oh.
And so Bill asks her if he can like hug her or whatever, and she was like, or he said, "Are you gonna stick me with the blade if I hug you?" And she's like, "You don't stick a person with a straight razor." Shouldn't say it like that, but okay, whatever. They hug.
Right. Again, like when it's just about the people, things slow down.
Seriously, I didn't even know what to write.
And if you watch Emilio Estevez in other movies, he's actually really good. So you're like watching him here, and it's like, what?
What's happening?
Like I feel like Stephen King is just. I just wish there was a camera on him, like this entire time.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Just coked out Stephen King, just sitting there all bored, like, all right. When are the trucks coming? We need more trucks. What can we? Oh! Can this lamp come alive? Make this lamp come alive.
You do the thing.
Which, by the way, that brings me to a point. Why is it so inconsistent with things that are coming to life? Because Connie and Kurt's car isn't alive.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
The Bible salesman's car is. So is it not cars? Is it just trucks?
I don't know, because the ice cream truck,
The lawnmower, the sprinklers.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's really odd that it's just, I don't know. It's very, but I guess, like I said earlier on, you can explain it away with cocaine.
Okay.
It's cocaine.
The coke.
That is cocaine.
So
It's cocaine and beer.
So we cut to a scene of an airplane and the flight of the Valkyrie playing in the background.
That is Flight of the Valkyrie, right?
Sure.
I think I was the one that told you that, but I was
Yes.
kind of 3 sheets to the wind, so I
Yes.
don't know if I was right or not. But yeah, so this plane is coming at
The kid on the
Deke.
bike. Yeah. And then that was it for that scene. It was very quick.
Yeah, I guess he outruns him.
Sure.
The good thing about this movie and what makes it fun is that it does have some slow parts when it's just the actors, but it does move at a nice brisk pace. Like,
Yes. So this is probably one of my very favorite scenes. This one coming up because it seemed too realistic. And when I was a little drunk watching this, I thought this was the best thing I ever watched. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a child at heart. Who fucking knows? But Bill and Joey are in the bathroom, and Joey's taking a shit. And you hear everything. So Bill's trying to figure out what's going on with Henderson.
And I don't remember I don't remember this being so like well sounding shit. Like it is very crystal clear. This is the Blu-ray we're watching, like the Blu-ray quality. So is it that?
I don't know.
Or was like Stephen King like being a visionary all of a sudden? It's like we gotta have the shit sounds, you guys. We gotta have the shit sounds. I want to be able to hear the plop a doo doo. I want to hear it. I want to hear the doo doo.
The peanut butter doo-doo.
I want to hear the peanut butter hitting the bowl. Okay, I gotta hear that. It's scary. Steven, that's not scary at all. That is scary. That is horror. I know horror. I'm Stephen King.
I'm Stephen King.
Where's my beer?
Where's my bump? Anyway. So Bill is trying to talk to Joey about
God.
the guns and stuff. And I don't even know what's going on because I'm like cracking up. But Joey's like, I'm not telling you. And Bill's like, no, just tell me, it's fine.
And Joey caves in like 2 seconds.
Yes,
Dude,
he's
you
like,
suck.
okay, whatever.
Yeah, he's running guns.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So Bill and Brett go down to where the guns are. In the basement, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like a bunker almost.
I don't know, storage room?
Yeah, cocaine.
Sure. So, they get caught down there by Hendershot, and he's mad or whatever.
Right.
And he decides that he needs to tell Brett about Bill getting in trouble when he was younger, blah, 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 blah. And then he tells Bill, your ass is grass. Ass is grass. That's all I know for this whole scene. That's all I know.
Yo ass grass, Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba.
So,
I need that as a ringtone.
no.
Like whenever someone texts me, it's just Pat Hingle saying Bubba.
No, you don't
Bubba.
even have your ringtones on
Bubba.
ever.
Yeah, Bubba.
Oh my god.
Hey, there it is. Got it.
Stop. So Bill's mad that Hendershot told her, and he was like, I'm sorry. I was just so stupid. And she's like, I don't care. And I wrote, because bad boys are hot. It's true. She don't care. She just wants to fuck him. And that's okay. And the fact that he's on parole and he's a bad guy, cool. That makes it even better.
The whole time, Stephen King's just, all right, we got to get to the trucks. We got to get to the trucks. We just need the trucks. Let's get to the trucks. Let's get to the trucks. Trucks.
Anyway. Oh my god.
I don't care. Just read what's on the paper,
I'm trying.
and then we'll get to the trucks.
I'm trying. So, Deke makes it to the truck stop, but not past the trucks or whatever. He's trying to figure out how to get past the trucks because he's figured out that the world has gone to shit. And, so Bill and Brett have now had sex. And
Which ew. Like,
why?
we didn't see him take a shower, right?
So,
everybody's so sweaty, and everyone probably smells like beer and onions by now. Like, can you imagine the...
So, they don't care. They're just trying to get wet. And they don't give a fuck.
They are wet. That's my point. Ew.
Anyway, Bill makes love like a hero. Just so you know.
The grossest sex ever.
Okay. So, the sky is green. And Brett's talking about the comet making things go crazy. And she's like, if it is the comet, then we need to try to stay alive for the next 7 days.
Right.
Bill wants to go to a marina, where there's no motors allowed. It's just sailboats. And she's like, not only are you a hero, but you're a genius too. He must have made her come really good.
Yeah, just oniony beer, scented hash brown flavored cum.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. So some dude is trying to, it was Joey, trying to change AC/DC off of the jukebox, and the jukebox didn't like that, so it fucking blew up. He's like, no, AC/DC or nothing at all. Sorry. So, oh yeah, it's nighttime. I said the sky was green, whatever, because the meteor, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Cocaine,
yes. The waitress decides that she's gonna have a fucking "we made you" meltdown.
Which, what the fuck?
She's talking about, we made these trucks. These are man-made
I know what
trucks.
she's talking about, but like, this is way over the top.
She's just losing her mind.
Like, even for this movie.
She goes outside and she's screaming, "We made you! We made you!" Okay, calm down. And they get her back inside or whatever.
Yeah.
People are getting bored. So the newlyweds start finger banging in the booth.
Right? Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who noticed this. But he is so fingering her. That is what's happening.
That's okay, though.
Has to be.
So everybody's just kind of laying around. And then they hear the Bible guy, like, moaning for, like, in pain or whatever.
Yeah, he goes, I don't know. Like, why does he sound so scary?
Because, I mean, he did get hit by a truck.
That's true.
So
I guess so.
it cuts to Dirk still trying to find his way to the truck stop without running in front of the trucks. But he finds a drain pipe.
Did you just call him Dirk again?
It's not Dirk, is it?
It's Deke.
Deke!
Dirk Diggler's back.
Oh my God.
It's even funnier because you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. His name is Deke. Can you just name him Kyle or something?
Yeah, right. Why do we have to have Duncan and Deke?
Why can't it just be Kyle?
Man, that would suck having that name too. Can you imagine if your name was that close to Dick?
Oh, I was thinking Deke the Geek.
Oh, see? Yeah, that sucks too. But I'd be worried people just be calling me Dick. What's up, Dick? Did you touch your dick? You suck dick, don't you, Dick? Oh.
Anyway, he finds his way to the drain pipe, and then Bill and Kurt decide that they're going to run to where the showers are, because they're outdoor showers or whatever. Well, it's like a outdoor shower, but it's inside. Anyway.
It's showers. It's like a shower house.
Yeah,
off to the side.
So, and they're going to go down the drain pipe in the showers to get to the ditch to check on the Bible salesman.
Who's sounding like a gurgly mess right now. So
they're going through one part of the drain pipe, and Deke is going through the other part.
Right.
So they're going through, and Kurt looks at Bill and says, "How many people do you think are peeing in this?" And then, as that's being said, the liquid splashes on Bill's face, and Kurt says, "How does it taste?"
Shut the fuck up.
Right? So Deke makes it to the salesman before Bill does.
Yeah.
And you think he's dead, but he's not dead.
Right.
He sits up and he's like, pull me. He's got a hold of Deke. And Deke's like, "No, you're too heavy." And the salesman starts talking real funny. It's really strange.
Well, I think this is another part that was maybe cut, because I heard that, like, he looks really bad. Like, his face falls open and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
This is more gore
confusing.
that should have been in.
Right.
Oh, it would have made it a masterpiece.
Oh, yeah. So Bill sees Deke and runs to go get him, but they've made enough, like, commotion or whatever.
Yeah.
That one of the trucks, like, hears them or whatever and drives towards them and is trying to kill them.
Yeah.
But they move just in time, and they get down to the drain. And they get out and run back over to the truck stop. And everybody's, like, outside, which is weird. I guess they were just watching them.
Yeah, because, like, they were just, like, watching for them, so when they came back, they could let them back in. But yeah, so this is where we get, because everybody is reunited and everything's fine. But this is where we get Hendershot's just like, because Deke is like, "Where's my dad?" And Hendershot's just like, "Oh, they got him. Tough break, kid." It's like, God damn, dude.
And Brett's kind of pissed at him.
Yeah.
At Hendershot. She, like, goes up and slaps him.
Oh, for good reason.
She's pissed. So it cuts to the next day, and this tractor comes up. Oh, wait. No, sorry. So it cuts to the next day, and the truck stopped running, and this tractor comes up, and it starts like moving stuff out of the way because behind it is this like motorized machine gun thing.
Yeah, it's like a mounted machine gun on like an army, I don't know, vehicle.
Yeah. So the tractor pushes a car into the building, and then the machine gun thing starts shooting into the building. And why are these motherfuckers standing up? Like, as soon as I see the gun, I'm fucking laying on the ground.
Oh, right.
Like, no, I'm not waiting for it to start shooting.
Yeah, because we kill off a few unneeded characters.
Thank God.
And,
Hendershot being one of them.
Oh, yeah, because Hendershot takes a shot with the bazooka and hits that tractor that's pushing all the stuff out of the way.
Yes.
He blows up the top of it, and like when he does that, that's when that thing starts shooting. It like shoots him first, then it shoots everywhere else.
Yeah. And thank God.
So we're done with Bubba.
Thank God. A few other people get shot. And
Yeah, it's just randos that are hanging out at the truck stop.
right. The waitress has had enough. She picks up the bazooka and she's like, "You sons of bitches." And she has another "we made you" breakdown.
Yeah.
And she goes outside and she's like, "We made you," blah, 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 and gets fucking shot. But at the same time, she blows up a truck.
Yeah.
So at this time, was it the machine gun one that started doing the Morse code?
Yes. It starts honking out Morse code. And luckily we have Deke here. Who, by the way, Deke, the actor that plays Deke, does he not look like he's 32?
No.
This is like the oldest looking kid I've ever seen, though.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's just how I saw it. He looks older than he is.
Yeah, I don't think so. But for some reason, the youngest character is the only one that knows Morse code.
Right.
Not like I know what Morse code is, but he knows. It's just strange. And he gets a pen and paper, and he starts writing what the trucks want. And the trucks want gas. They want to be fed. And someone's like, hell no, we don't feed
just
them.
let them starve.
And then Joey says, "How are we supposed to give them gas when we don't have any power?" And the power comes on.
Woo!
So Bill's like, "Oh, hot damn. I hope they brought their American Express cards."
Yeah, he goes to turn on the pump. And I think this is where, Brett actually brings up a good point. She was like, why don't we just hang out in the bunker down there or the basement and wait for them to die? Because they're right. You know, they should die out pretty soon.
Yeah.
And, but so he's like, well, there's no reason to think that guy out there, talking about the army vehicle, couldn't just call in an airstrike.
Oh, true.
Yeah, drop some napalm on them. So he's like, they'll just fuck us up worse if we do that. So we might as well give them what they want and try to wait it out. Because I think is it Brett that mentions earlier that like if they wait it out, maybe they'll be okay?
Yeah. So she's like, okay, whatever. And Bill goes out to talk to the Goblin truck.
Right.
And he's like, tell your friends, I got the best shit on the East Coast. It's uncut. And then AC/DC starts to play.
Hell's bells, yeah.
And all kinds of fucking trucks come to the truck stop.
And is this just like Stephen King just talking about the stuff he's getting?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm making fun of the man's drug problem. Yeah, that's really mean. But
rude.
He was open about it.
So all day they're taking turns and they're just fucking filling these trucks up. Filling them up.
Woo.
And only in 1986, are you able to get $1,000? I mean, 1,000 gallons of gas for like $15.
Right. And that's, wow. God, we're getting screwed.
Yeah. So they're filling up until they do not have any gas anymore.
And I mean, that's diesel price. So,
Right. Anyway, there's no more gas.
right.
And Bill tells them, he's like, sorry about you. And one of the trucks is like, no.
Yeah, they bring in a gas tanker for him to fill up the gas station.
And it's like nudging him. Like,
Yeah. He's
no,
like,
go
"God damn
here." And so it pulls up to where it needs to go to fill up the gas tank or whatever. And Bill takes the hose down and
Right.
he is tired.
Yeah, he's tired and dehydrated. And I guess when you get tired in this movie, that makes you loopy? Or dehydrated? Do you get loopy? I have no idea. Either way, so Frankie Faison comes to relieve him, because I'm not calling Frankie Faison handy. He comes to relieve Bill, and
Relieve him?
Handy comes to relieve Bill. Oh my God.
Oh, you set yourself up for
We
that.
are
one.
3-year-olds. We are 3-year-olds hosting a
3-year-old.
podcast. So he lets Bill go take a break, and Brett is tending to him as he's laying there. And I swear, okay, I've watched this 4 times now.
Right.
You've watched it twice.
Yeah.
I think I really need to read somewhere what he is talking about here.
We need some subtitles.
Yes, because I don't understand. I do get that he's talking about something about weight and things. I don't know. Did you catch any of it?
Nope. And I was really paying attention
Yeah,
too.
so-
I don't know what he was saying.
So he's rambling on because he's tired and stuff. And then it flashes to, I guess, later on. And Bill walks out.
Yeah. Sorry. He walks out and there's just some random guy sitting there.
Yeah, another one of the randos from the... Like I said, these guys have names, but I didn't catch them all.
Right. So they're talking or whatever, and Bill was like, just follow my lead or whatever.
Yeah.
And he hits the machine gun thing, and it ends up blowing up.
Yeah, because Bill drops a grenade.
Oh, okay. I didn't
It's
see
a
that.
quick shot. It
Yeah.
shows him spin the machine gun around, and then he pulls the pin on a grenade and drops it on it.
Oh.
And they run inside and like crouch down. And it's funny because Brett's like, wow, I've never seen a hero with his ass in the air before.
Right. Oh, so they all decided that they're gonna go down the shower drain thing that they went to before.
Right.
And the trucks decide that they're gonna destroy the truck stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so they all escape and they're going to the marina. But as they're walking to the marina, there's a burger place. And the speaker things are like, humans are here, humans are here, humans. And Deke's like, I cannot fucking do this. So he blows that motherfucker up.
Yeah, he's like, this is for my father, you sons of bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the Burger Time place didn't fucking
Kill
kill
your
your
father.
dad.
Right? So he does that, and then you see the ice cream truck, and they all shoot up the cream truck, and it gets blown up.
Yeah, which is a pretty cool shot. Again, when it's the action sequences and stuff, it's not bad. It's actually a really good movie.
Right?
Because, like, this ice cream truck blows up into the air and skids across on his roof, and it looks really good.
It was really cool.
Especially because earlier on, after they escape the... I don't think we touched on that very much, but, you know, they escape the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're escaping, they see where the trucks are just taking it down. And the gas station ends up exploding. The explosions look great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's an amazing looking explosion. The pyrotechnics they used are awesome. But like I said, King just had a problem directing people.
But the trucks got it.
The trucks he succeeded with.
Right. So, as they're walking to the marina, this guy sees a lady. She's like hanging out of the car. She's dead.
Yeah. I guess it's like, okay, we're escaping all the killer things. Let me just stop to rob a corpse.
Right?
Okay.
Because he goes way out of his way to do this.
Yeah.
And he takes her ring. Well, the goblin truck sees him doing that and decides that he needs to be dead.
Right. And this is where, yeah, I think this guy's name's Brad. But anyway, he gets run over and it's pretty cool. And we get some more.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty, yeah, that was just good. It's pretty cool. You know, guy gets run over.
So
I could have used a lot more of that, honestly.
Oh yeah,
in a movie about killer trucks, I could have used a lot more run over death.
Oh yeah,
but
Bill comes out
and
he torpedoes the goblin truck.
Yep, and we get Who Made Who start playing again, and that's the end of the goblin truck. It gets blown up, and this goblin truck actually. It still tours around some horror cons, I believe, by a guy named Terry Shuckley, I think is his name. I don't remember. But, yeah, you can see it at some horror conventions every once in a while. So,
that's cool.
But, oh shit. Sorry. I lost my train of thought.
That's it?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
they sail
off into the sunset. And then we get, well, sort of sunrise, I guess.
Sunrise,
hang on.
It's the TV.
Oh, okay. They sail off into the sunrise, and then we...
Still the TV.
Into this, and we get a little outro here with... This is my favorite, because this is definitely... You can explain this with cocaine. It says... So this is the epilogue thing, and it says, 2 days after a large UFO was destroyed in space by a Russian weather satellite, which happened to be equipped with a laser cannon and class, 5 nuclear missiles. Approximately 6 days later, the Earth passed beyond the tail of Ray M exactly as predicted. And the survivors are still survivors.
Survivors are still survivors?
Yes.
That's what it says?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The funny part is, it's like, wait, a UFO was destroyed in space by a Russian weather satellite, which was equipped with a laser cannon and nuclear missiles? Why didn't we see that?
Right.
Holy shit.
I want to see that.
A UFO. The Russians took out a UFO with one of their weather satellites that had a laser cannon and nuclear missiles.
Why are we not Russian?
Oh, I don't know. That is a cocaine move.
That tickled you.
Oh, God bless you, Stephen King.
Are you dead?
This movie, if you hadn't been able to tell, and I think we've done some really some scary, really kind of serious scary movies here lately that had some themes and stuff to it. So it was kind of a joy to do this movie.
Oh, yes.
Because this movie's just plain fun. That's all it is. Don't go into it thinking you're going to get scared. I mean, I guess if you're afraid of semis that much, you might get scared. But
I have to tell you what Whitney said.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Whitney's your sister.
Yes. So she says, sorry.
That's okay.
She said, how's your evening? I said, good. Just watching Maximum Overdrive, taking notes. And she said, is that the movie where the semis come to life? And I said, yes. She goes, that movie scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I hated semis for 2 years. I said, that's funny. She said, please don't judge me.
Okay, we found someone who is scared of this movie.
Yeah.
But But no, seriously, like this was a joy to do. It was so fun. And whether you can hate this movie all you want, but it's so good. It's a so bad it's good movie. It's all it is. It's just fun.
Yes.
I mean, the only parts I don't like is the part where it focuses only on the people. Like, that could have been a little.
Yeah, it just didn't make much sense.
That could have been a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But cocaine. That's all I'm going to say is cocaine.
Can I start blaming things on my life like that?
Yeah, just sit there and be like, cocaine. That's what happened. Cocaine.
It was the cocaine.
Somebody just overhears you and I was like, what the fuck? He has a bad coke addiction, I guess.
I guess I shouldn't do that at work.
No, this movie was a fucking blast to do.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do more movies like this in the future. But, you know, like, and I think it was the perfect time to do it because we have done some serious movies. And so it was nice to do a fun one. What did you think about this movie?
I liked it a lot.
Being this is the first time you've seen it.
I really liked it. I thought it was hilarious. A little spooky. Just because I don't...
coming to life.
Yeah. It's a little scary.
You were a little high and watching
Was
this.
I?
Yeah, and during the car chase scene, you were like, this is intense.
Oh, because I
This
was
is scaring
scared.
me.
Because, okay, you're right. Because I watched it the second time and I wasn't as scared. And you said, when you watch it tomorrow, you're not going to be so scared.
Right.
And you're like, it's just because you're high. And I was like, okay, we'll wait and see. But it was seriously giving me a panic attack. Because I drive all the time. And people have road rage. And what if this happened? I was having a panic attack.
I will tell you, this would be an excellent drive-in movie. Like, to watch at the drive-in theater.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, this would be an amazing one because it's just fun. It's a movie you want to get your friends together, get some beers, tall glasses of water, weed, I guess, and just have a fucking blast because that's what Maximum Overdrive is. It's a fucking blast.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen King may hate it, but I feel like it's one of his best movies. I mean, it's the only movie he directed, but it's one of the best. It ranks up there, and but yeah, that's Maximum Overdrive from 1986. So next week we got one that Brittany is dreading. This is one I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to make you watch this movie, and now that we do a show about horror movies, I get my chance.
I hate you.
Brittany is going to be introduced to Hellraiser next week. The Clive Barker masterpiece. I would say probably is one of his best movies.
Are you joking?
What? No.
Is it a masterpiece?
It is. It's amazing.
Okay.
Why are you so scared of Pinhead?
Because he's fucking scary.
So anyway. So until next time, when I introduce Brittany to all the pleasures.
And when I cry myself to sleep.
Oh, I have such pleasures to show you. Anyway, I'm Lee saying stay spooky.
And I'm Brittany. Stay horrific.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. That was a great show. Be sure to stop by our Facebook page. You can find us on Twitter at NHHorrorFile. We also have a YouTube, which is fun. You can always find us on Instagram. Just search for Night of the Horror File on all those things. You should locate us pretty easily. Also, be sure to leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to fine podcasts. And email us at horrorfile1987@yahoo.com if you have any questions or stories or anything you want to send us. Hate mail. You know, I'm up for anything. Anyway, until next week. Night-night.